Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Critical Conversations podcast. Today, I'd like to talk about something I wrote about recently concerning the continued assault on our judiciary following the unfounded allegations put forward by Rajapetra Kamarudin. Rajapetra must be very pleased with himself. Safely ensconced in the United Kingdom beyond the reach of Malaysian law, the fugitive blogger continues to slander and destroy the reputation of good men and cause mischief with malicious allegations. His latest allegation against Justice Nazlan is a case in point. With a single vile and unfounded allegation, he has succeeded in shifting attention away from the man who was convicted of high crimes to the judge who, by all counts, simply did his job without fear or favor. You may recall that Justice Nazlan was the High Court judge who presided over the trial of former Prime Minister Najib Tun Razak in the SRC international case. Najib was found guilty on all 7 counts of abuse of power, criminal breach of trust, and money laundering, and was sentenced to a total of 72 years imprisonment and fined 210 million ringgit. However, as the judge ordered him to serve his sentence concurrently, he would only have to serve 12 years. Subsequently, a 3-member panel of the Court of Appeal unanimously upheld the verdict. In fact, mincing no words, the Court of Appeal judge, Justice Abdul Karim, said that there was no national interest involved when 42 million ringgit was transferred into Najib's account. Only national embarrassment, unquote. It is against this backdrop that the slanderous allegations against Justice Nazlan must be considered. It is patently obvious that Najib supporters are playing up the allegations against Justice Nazlan in order to make the case that Najib's conviction was unfair, part of a political vendetta designed to hobble a good man. If any of it were true, the proper place to make such an argument would be the federal court, but they have decided to play dirty by smearing Judge Nazlan instead. In the wake of Rajapetra's allegations, the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Agency, an agency that has long since lost the respect of the public in my view, quickly opened investigations into the judge. In doing so, the MACC put the spurious allegations of a notorious serial slanderer over that of a man who has served his country and the law with integrity and professionalism. The MACC's investigation into Judge Nazlan has generated a great deal of controversy and discussion. The Bar Council has argued that the MACC probe violated the doctrine of separation of powers and undermined the judiciary's independence. A former Chief Justice jumped into the fray with a statement that a former Bar Council president found illogical, mysterious, and baffling. An UMNO politician demanded to know if judges are above the law or were demanding special immunity. Let's be clear. Of course, judges are not above the law, and no one is suggesting that Judge Nazlan should be given a free pass simply because he delivered a judgment that most Malaysians readily agree with. What is obnoxious and unacceptable is the way unfounded allegations from a dubious source is being used to discredit a judge and advance the agenda of a convicted felon. It is no secret that a massive campaign is now underway to whitewash Najib's crimes and restore his public standing. He is repeatedly seen these days being received by suspiciously enthusiastic crowds or regularly hobnobbing with VIPs who ought to know better, or giving keynote speeches at questionable conferences. With the judge now under a cloud of suspicion, the stage is perhaps set for Najib supporters to press for a royal pardon. Indeed, some groups have already begun such a campaign. It is, of course, duplicitous, criminal, and contemptible. It makes a mockery of the Constitution and the rule of law. If mere slander and innuendo can result in a witch hunt by agencies with little or no credibility, no judge will be safe from intimidation and pressure. Make no mistake, if this deadly assault on the judiciary succeeds, the last credible institution in Malaysia and the ultimate guardian of our constitutional rights will be severely impaired. This is the true nature of the evil that now confronts us. Instead of playing Raja Petra's game and allowing ourselves to be distracted by rumor and innuendo, let's remember who the real felon is, what this is really about, and what's at stake here. I say enough time has been wasted on peripheral arguments. It's time to march for justice. Thank you for tuning in. Bye for now.